Now, at the Niagara Teaching Brewery, they also sell beers that their students have made, so we have one of those today. Beer, 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 beer. Hello everybody, welcome back to me, Maple for another Rooski Brewski review, and today the beer I have for you is not by, kind of by, the Niagara Teaching Brewery. It is actually one of their students' beers. They do one, I think, every other semester, I'm sure, for like a final project. So this is Niagara College Small Batch Brew, Weizenbock to the Future, can conditioned, coming in at 6.2.8% alcohol by volume, and an unknown IBUs. Keep cold, drink fresh. So this is the label that they put on their student brews. It's just a roll-on label, little sticker. They roll the can on it, and there you go. So we're gonna try this today, see what the students have made, or what a student has made. That just went pop everywhere. Give me 1 second. I need to clean up a mess. All right, and we're back. That popped open really, and then it sort of went push over everywhere on the top of the can. You can kind of see that. I don't know, but we're gonna pour it into my brand new Beer 101 pint glass. Yay! Give it a little bit of a pour here. Get a touch of head. Oh, maybe get a lot of head. Oh, maybe get all the fucking head. Okay. That's kind of cool. Let's just explode everywhere. Awesome. I guess we're gonna let it sit for a minute. Or like an hour. Alright, now that the head settled down quite a bit, looking at the beer, it's quite dark. I wouldn't say it's black. It's more of like a deep brown, like a super dark brown. Looking in the light here, you can't really see through it. It's a little opaque. Is that the word I'm trying to find? I don't know. But yeah, it's pretty dark. Let's have a smell. Smells, I don't know, plasticky. Like plasticky, sort of like dark toasted malt and like toffee. Yeah, that's weird. It's a weird smell. Like I'm getting notes of like what a traditional like bock would be, but I'm getting plastic. I don't know how I feel about that. Let's have a sip, see if it tastes like plastic. No plastic. Weird artificial sweetness. I'm sort of getting right off the bat. Nice little nutty characteristic. Touch of woodsiness. Nice roasted malts as well. Touch of toffee as well, and a bit of caramel. Not too bad. But the smell's a little off. Yeah, the smell's definitely throwing me off a touch, but it doesn't taste too bad. Just keep on drinking and see what else we can find. Cheers, everyone. Pretty smooth, not super carbonated. I think it lost a lot of carbonation in the pour and in the initial opening of the can. There's no date on here, right? We'll take a look at this in depth in a few, but no, there's no date on here, so I'm not sure when it was canned, but there's a big lack of carbonation. Yeah. Really big lack of carbonation. So that's why I'm guessing why it goes down so remarkably smooth, but it feels like it has a lack of flavor too. Like the flavors are there, but they're not as intense as I think they initially should have been. But I don't know 100% sure. This is just what I'm getting from my particular pour. Like I said, it's good. Nutty, a little woodsy, toffee, caramel, roasted malts. Pretty nice flavor, not gonna lie. Can time. Looking on the can, it's just the standard small batch brew for their students' beers. On the back it says, "Let our class fill your glass. Beer and education, a pairing that has been fermenting for generations. We've put our heads together to craft something truly unique. The Niagara College Teaching Brewery, just like our beer, it's the only one of its kind." Other than that, 473 beer. Niagara College Beer.ca, and a address. That's it. Address. Moving over to the website now, ncteachingbrewery.ca. You can come down to their beer list. It's not on here, but they do have a section for their student small batch brews, and it just says can 473, alcohol content varies. These small batch brews are cleverly crafted by our NC brewmaster plus brewery operations management students. As the title implies, they are of limited quantities of these brews, so grab them while you still can. No other information about it, just a picture of looks to be winter solstice? I don't know. Some other kind of beer made by a student. Very cool. Whatchamacallit? Final project. I think it makes sense for it being a final project because it is a brewing program. I just wonder, since they do sell them, I'm wondering, do the students get a cut of what is being sold? Or is it just free labor? I don't know. That's something I'll maybe have to ask the teaching brewery. Maybe you can too if you're really interested, but I'm not sure at the moment. Finally, moving over to Untappd, there is no section for this particular beer because it is only made by students and it has such a small quantity. I'm guessing nobody has put it up on the website. I haven't really seen any other beers by students up on the website, so maybe they're just not put up there. Kind of neat. Well, I am on my final sip, so I'm going to down this and get right to my ratings. Cheers on the final sip. It's not bad. Flavors are a little lackluster, but the thing that gets me is that artificial sweetness. It's not one of my favorite flavors. That's the only way I can really describe it. But other than that, I like the nuts. I like the nuttiness. I like the woodsy. I like the roasted malts and all that other extra jazz. It's a solid beer. I gotta give it a solid 7 out of 10 for my personal opinion. As for presentation of the can, knowing that it is made by students, not the actual can design, but the beers, and they have so many of them at different times, they would take a while for them to put like ingredients, a description, or maybe brewed on date probably would be a good idea. But even the description would be cool. Have the student making the beer write a little description about the beer and throw that on the label. You still got a lot of space here and over here, but it's not too bad. It's a little bland. But I guess they're kind of keeping it that way for now. But that would be kind of cool for students to maybe make their own little description. You can take that advice, Niagara College, and implement it as you will. So I gotta give the presentation not too much information. The sticker just peels right off. Kind of a bummer. I gotta give presentation a solid 5 out of 10. It's nothing too crazy, but it is still kind of neat. With all that said, if you have any questions, comments, or beers you want me to review in the future, you can leave all that information down in the comment box below. If you want to go ahead and like this video or subscribe to me, Brewski, that'd be greatly appreciated as well. As for my question of the day to you is, what do you think about the Niagara College brewing program? Me personally, I think it's pretty cool. I think it's maybe the one and only, or maybe there's a few others, but this is the one really dedicated brewing program to my knowledge. So I think it's pretty awesome. Yeah, but what do you think of it, and would you take it if you had the opportunity? With all that said, that's gonna do it for me, Brewski, and like I always say, crack a beer and enjoy. Cheers.